Hello and welcome to another action figure review. Today we're going to be looking at another Star Wars action figure from the Vintage Collection. This time we'll be looking at Ahsoka Tano, Corvus variant, from the Mandalorian. As you can see here, we've got some artwork, or a screenshot, from the Mandalorian. We have the figure itself, we've got the name, the movie or series that it's from, and we've got the Kenner logo. Flipping it on the back, we can see the other figures in the collection. We've got some other Mandalorian figures, Bib Fortuna, Bo-Katan Kryze. We've got Yoda over here. We have a Death Watch Mandalorian. That's interesting. And we even have a clone trooper from the 501st. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. Oh, bad girl up. And see what she looks like. And here she is with absolutely everything she comes with. I gotta be honest, I kind of don't like this figure. I'll go ahead and get into it. So articulation, we've got the double ball joint like we saw in a few of the other figures, so she can move her head. She's got these ponytails that kind of hinder the movement of her head. Arm articulation, you've got your standard 2-point joints. Elbow, you've got your 2 points. Wrist, there is only one point of articulation, and it's the swivel, and that goes for both of them. So every other Vintage Collection figure that we've looked at has that kind of 2-point joint, but not this one. It's fine. Now here's where I really was disappointed. So for the legs, we actually have ball joint movement here, so go up and down all around. We've got a little bit of swivel here. It's a little tight, but the knees, this is what got me. The knees are like this weird kind of, it can only do this kind of up and down movement. You've got the legs, or the feet, the ankle movement that can do that. I usually say this towards, the end and everything. But I'm going to go ahead and do a comparison to the last Star Wars figure I opened up, which is the Umbra Trooper from Star Wars Battlefront 2. So, let me remove the gun. As you can see, as I was saying, the typical articulation that we have is this kind of 2-part articulation. And Ahsoka doesn't have that. I guess it's so that they could keep this robe part intact, because it's all one piece. But yeah, I don't really know. Oh, it looks like there's articulate. No, there's not. So I was probably about to break that. Well, anyways, there's an early comparison. Hey, so this is a little last minute update or addition to the video, I guess. Apparently, I am an idiot for not trying to actually move the knees, because there is articulation here. So earlier in the video, when I said that there was not, I was stupid. So there is articulation there. And that means that this figure is just really good at hiding it. So, accessory-wise, she only comes with her 2 lightsabers, the long lightsaber and then the lightsaber Shoto. I can go ahead and plug these into the hands, like so. And there we are. I do personally like the white lightsaber bits. That's pretty cool, because usually we have like blue and green. I like when Star Wars takes the time to create different colored lightsabers. So that's one thing I'll give to this, even though that was already a thing, I guess, aside from just this figure. I guess since I already started doing the comparisons, I'll do another comparison, I suppose. Here's the Saga series Sand Trooper. Seems how Mandalorian Rebel Rebel time, Imperial times, I guess. There's a comparison, and as always, my go-to comparison. So that's actually, this brings up a really good point. This figure just helped me realize that Ahsoka is lacking any sort of waist articulation, because as you can see, Donald Glover here, I'm never gonna call him Lando Calrissian. Donald Glover has this like wiggle articulation, and most of the figures do have that, but Ahsoka has like, oh well, no, she does have it, but it's a little hindered. It's like really tight. I'm getting a little bit of movement, but it's not as prominent as with this. It could just be the sculpting of the like robes, skirt, whatever it is. I think that might be what's hindering it, but it's not that bad. It still moves. So overall, it's a good kit to have for like a collection. I mean, if you're getting this for a little kid, I obviously wouldn't let them play around with it too heavily, because it does look like it would fall apart. And I mean, the thing with these like vintage collection figures is that they're usually like more collectibles, if anything. So, but I guess if you're like an older Star Wars fan and you like playing with your action figures, I'm not gonna judge you, but still, there's a little less going on with this one. So if you're doing poses or stop motion or whatever, I would be careful how you move this figure, because there's a lot of hindered movement when it comes to this one compared to a figure like this one, or even a Saga Legends figure like this one. Just as an extra comparison, I'm gonna get this Anakin Skywalker figure from the Clone Wars that I found at McKay's. So there's another compare. As you can, like, there's another thing. She still looks really short compared to this. Like, I could put her next to any action figure, and she still looks really short. I don't know if she's supposed to look that short, because I know she's grown older at that point of the Mandalorian, because it's like years and years later. So if someone knows about like the height, the actual canon height or whatever, please comment that, because I have no idea. But whatever, random gripes aside, that is going to be the end of the review. I hope you enjoyed. If you're a Star Wars fan, I would pick this up. It's hindered in some places, but it's a good find. I found it at Walmart, and that's actually why I was really excited to find it, because for the first time I went to Walmart and didn't find a bunch of Lando Calrissian figures. And I know that's been a thing going on recently, where it's just Lando Calrissian everywhere. But no, I found her at Walmart. I picked her up for less than 10 bucks. Well, I mean, it was 9 something, so it was practically 10 bucks. But it's a pretty good figure. I'd give it an 8 out of 10. The sculpting in the painting is really good, so there's something. And I really do like these lightsabers. That they've been done really well. One small complaint that I have is that there's not like these don't detach or anything, which most figures at this scale don't have detachable lightsabers like that. But there's also not like an alternate piece in case you wanted something like that. And I have seen some of the smaller action figures like this that have alternate pieces. If I'm able to find one, I'll show it off and do a video with it. But other than that, this is a pretty good figure. I used to be a huge fan of Ahsoka Tano. I actually still have this Disney Infinity figure, which, I don't know, here's a comparison, I guess. I don't know why you'd need that, but there you go. well, like I was saying, that's going to be it for the review. Go ahead and leave a like, subscribe, comment what you'd like to see in the next video, and I hope to see you in the next one.